Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, Meat Pop, and bring you guys Joe Rogan situation that is happening right now. So for some odd reason, just for having an opinion on a platform, people just want to cancel the guy for having a personal opinion. So let so before we start, let's look at one of these clips that is going around right now with Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan. They're like, "Whew, why are you talking about the color black?"
Voice of intolerance and bigotry and anger and hateful
sexual oppression.
What did Michael
prejudice,
Eric Dyson call you? A
mean,
angry white man?
Mean, yeah, and a mean, angry white man. Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah.
You're not mean at all.
Yeah.
That's what's dumb about that statement. It's you're not mean at all. It's
I am white. Actually, that's a lie too. I'm kind of tan, and he was actually not black.
If you're tan,
he was
what
sort
the
of
fuck
brown.
am I? Because I'm darker than you.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but neither of us are white.
Well, I'm Italian.
And
mostly.
he was brown, not black.
Well, isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's really
the
weird.
Black and white thing is so strange
Yeah,
because
like
the shades are so
tan and brown.
There's such a spectrum of shades of people. Unless you're talking to someone who is like 100% African from the darkest place where they're not wearing any clothes all day and they've developed all that melanin to protect themselves from the sun. You know, even the term black is weird. And when you use it for people that are literally my color, it becomes very strange.
Yeah.
You know.
And a bunch of people are taking this a little out of context. Let me give you an example.
Nigga, whoa, Joe Rogan, nigga. Are we now all of a sudden having technicalities about something that we've all agreed upon for like hundreds of years now?
That's like saying we can't call the sky blue because it's really like aqua.
Yeah,
you know, it's
what?
like light blue and what, like depending on if there's clouds, it might be like white that day. So we don't even want to call the skies blue.
That's such an odd take to have on something.
Why you gotta be so-
why are we so having technicality? I'm technically not even white. I'm kind of tan.
Well, if I have to be honest, I do understand where they're coming from. For example, I'm caramel, but I say I'm black. But I don't sound black by certain people from which country. I go to Santo Domingo. They tell me, you're not black, you're Indian. I'm like, what the heck do you mean I'm Indian? This is happening a lot. If you go to visit a lot of country, you're gonna get a lot of stuff. Even Dutch people in the beginning, you're black. And then at the same time, when they see African, well, actually, you're not actually black. He's black. And I'm like, hey, wait. What defines my blackness? My culture? Because the only reason I think they call Peterson white is because white is bad. Racism. White supremacists. You know? And I'm like, what are you guys doing? It's so stupid. So if people are labeling me for a color, for an ideology, I have a problem with them. Because when I am brown, caramel, whatever, my wife is white. What is my son? Is he light skinned? Or is he dark white? What's happening? Because when I tell girls on this platform how I met my wife because no black girl wanted me and I ended up then with a white girl that saw something in me, I felt confident, went to the gym and suddenly I'm manly, and they're like, you're a traitor. You're a traitor to the black people. Actually, you're not even black. You're killing black people. I'm like, wait. Just because I date a white woman, I'm not black? Look, man, it's a weird ideology. People are making it so freaking confusing that there comes a point I'm like, you know what? Just leave me alone.
My parents were vaccinated. I just said, I don't think that if you're a young, healthy person that you need it.
This morning, Spotify's...
I do believe that if you're healthy, I don't think you need it. But hey, I don't think that's the argument people are saying. It's more like you have to take it because you might give it to somebody else that cannot take it. For example, immune issues or something weird like that. I'm not saying that. That is the reason I was told in the beginning when I did not want to take it. Which then I took. I took the 2 first shots. So I'm a compliant black man. Okay, I'm a cyclops.
Most popular podcaster, Joe Rogan, famously known for questioning vaccine safety, may have cost the streaming platform a rock icon. Neil Young demanding his music be scrubbed from Spotify in a since-deleted letter reported by Rolling Stone magazine.
I don't even know who Neil Young was. I found out he's in Rolling Stone. I know Rolling Stone is a rock band from back in the day that my father liked. Anti-establishment music, and now he's kind of establishment. I'm like, Maybe my father won't be happy when he hears about this, but hey, he's dead, so you don't have to worry about it. I couldn't even say bye-bye, Papa, because of COVID blocked my plane. Anyway, yeah, I'm a little resentful about it, but hey, we have to do what to save people. My feelings is okay. No damage over here. Emotional damage during COVID time, it's not happening. Suicide is not going up. But I'm getting off topic. You get my point. But let's keep on Wait. You know what's even more funny? He's saying he was going to remove the music. In the end, he lost the battle. And officially, all his rights, I don't think he has them. He kind of sold them. But hey, he's trying, you know? You just fish, you know, like just selling a house. This is the price. We want to lower it. Yay! We lowered the price of the house. And then you find out that's the house price.
I'm doing this because Spotify is spreading fake information about vaccines, Young wrote in a post NBC News has not viewed. The Harvest Moon singer reportedly putting forth an ultimatum. They can have Rogan or Young.
Spotify is the platform? So you're telling me there are no other platform as Spotify or as podcast that are kind of weirdly gangster with conspiracy or something like that? Or only this one is important? Because I'm sure that if this one is gone, you will find another one. I think there are people that have a job to find things that make people trigger. Because back in the day, triggering stuff was like very bad news. Now triggering stuff is business.
They can have Rogan or Young, not both. The fallout on the heels of the podcast host's continued controversial comments.
It's a completely new kind of vaccine. The idea that people shouldn't be skeptical or nervous about that is kind of hilarious.
A recent episode also featured a virologist who said Americans have been hypnotized into getting vaccinated. Those statements reaching Rogan's millions of followers and driving a coalition of scientists and researchers to call on Spotify this month to establish a clear and public policy to moderate misinformation.
We are not, again, asking for the censorship or removal or even deplatforming of a person or a podcast. We're asking for responsible actions to make sure that consumers of that information are properly warned.
Okay.
Even the 54-year-old's own battle with COVID stirring up controversy.
Turns out I got COVID. So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it.
Revealing he took ivermectin, which the FDA has approved to treat parasitic worms in humans, but not COVID-19. That decision blasted by radio host Howard Stern.
I heard Joe Rogan was saying I took
a horse dewormer, yeah.
and a doctor gave it to me. Well, a doctor would also give you a vaccine. So why take horse dewormer?
Even if that's true, let me show you something because I was surprised. Okay? I was surprised. Because it was kind of fake. I already talked about it in a different video. Look at this.
Therefore, 270 doctors are condemning him having conversations on that podcast. Said they're not really doctors, some of them are vets, and others just people. You've offended me there. That lace shirt is provocative. But it turns out that the majority of those signatories cannot legally practice medicine on their own. Like, if you're criticizing...
I mean, come on, man. You're gaslighting people to be right. Just to get whatever you want. Just like Biden tried to say, I'm gonna mandate these freaking things. And then everybody was like, oh, I guess I gotta do it. Supreme Court says you're not supposed to do it, but a bunch of people did it anyway to have their jobs. And when the Supreme Court was like, hey, that's illegal, you can't mandate that. Then Biden's like, okay, well, at least companies, if you want, you can just do it. You already enforced a view. You already put a lens on people's eye that are gonna look at other people through that lens. You are splitting the country.
Weird one. So that
Well,
one.
that's because there's no such thing as climate, right? Climate and everything are the same word.
Wait, what?
And that's what bothers me about the climate change types. It's like, this is something that bothers me about it technically. It's like, well, climate is about everything. So, okay. But your models aren't based on everything. Your models are based on a set number of variables.
Yeah.
So that means you've reduced the variables, which are everything, to that set. Well, how did you decide which set of variables to include in the equation if it's about everything? And that's not just a criticism. That's like, if it's about everything, your models aren't right. Because your models do not and cannot model everything.
What do you mean by everything?
Okay, I
when you
see- I
say
see what you're
hard to
saying.
I think he's
I s-
talking like a researcher and is not clicking for me and a lot of people.
No, okay, I see what he's saying. What he's saying is that
No. It is clicking for me. Playback, you guys are awesome. I'm not being gangster. The thing is that, look, life is beautiful, right? But if you're going to tell me there is a problem that we're going to solve, misogyny, right? We're going to talk to the woman, we're going to talk to the baby, we're going to talk to the business, we're going to talk to the climate, we're going to talk to the clothes, we're going to talk to the everything, but we're not including the opinions of men because you're part of the problem of the misogyny. So we don't think you can actually apply a solution. And I'm like, you're the one that can choose everything, right? You're the only one. You make the assumption that this is more important, but surprisingly, many times the people that are more important are the people that fund you. I have a problem with that. That's why I have a problem with CDC. Back in the day, CDC was funded by the people. Big percentage. Right now, CDC is funded by the people making the medicine. Then I'm like, maybe the people that are making the medicine, they might have an incentive to keep funding the people and they have to approve them. I don't know.
climate can be affected by literally any and everything.
And he's also saying it's not all one thing. Like a rainforest can't call is not the same as like
Yeah, for sure.
a desert.
But what he's saying is like it can be affected by literally any and everything. Any and everything can affect climate. If you fart,
Oh, so they're picking and choosing the
technically,
variables.
So why are you picking and choosing the variables that would then thus affect climate? Like how are you adjusting that? I would assume that you could normally pick the variables that you are willing to use, either A, based off of some biases of your own, but B, some of the variables that would have the most impact, and on top of that, some of the variables
money,
that
the
you can
money, the
also
money.
have the most control over. Well, what he's arguing is like, how do you pick and choose which variables? I would just assume that they're picking and choosing based off of what they can or cannot control within a reasonable amount of time. That's what I'm assuming.
People are going after comedy for a different thing today, because they're going after comedy for a literal representation of what the words mean if you put them in print.
Yep.
And that's nonsense.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not what a comedian
yeah,
does.
well, they're
I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait. This is first of all, that's what they just did with race, by the way.
Yeah.
They did just do that with race. But
I'm not
assuming
black.
He's saying that it's not comedy. That's
I'm dark white or
comedy is a difference. And I
Indian.
want to say I agree with him. Yo, did you see that interview with Trevor Noah? And there was the interviewee was reading off a joke of his, but reading it off verbatim.
Racial observations have very much formed, at least in the early stages, the backbone of your stand-up comedy career. Do you now regret some of the jokes you made? Let me give you an example. You said, my mother, black South African, was saying, get me a white guy, get me a white guy. Well, my father was white Swiss. Of course, he liked chocolate.
That sounds funny to me. Even when you say it, that sounded really funny. Why would I regret that?
Why would you regret that? Because some people say that's not really very funny.
It's funny.
But the people laugh.
It's funny. It's funny. Come on, man.
Everyone can say something is not really.
I don't think some people liked it as
Hang on, no cap. That shit was funny the way she said it too. No cap. Yeah, I don't understand why y'all niggas, just because there's like some people say, it's not funny, now all of a sudden I have to regret what I said. Nigga, y'all.
As a kid, I've said some of the worst things in my life. I recognize that I'm a racist. I don't know anything. Let's just say I'm more ignorant. Because when somebody is racist, you actually see them like a dog. You know, in a way, or you think you're better than them. I think everybody thinks they're better than another person just because, hey, I have to be confident in myself. Come on, that's a normal thing. But I think racist is when they actually treat you like shit in a very negative way, right? So, I don't know. I don't see it as a bad thing. It's just a freaking joke. Grow some balls, or metaphorically. I don't know.
Find everything funny, and the fact that there is like these people trying to police comedians on what they say verbatim, like no nigga, he's not saying that his fucking dad fetishizes mom because he's a chocolate eater. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
This is the way some people don't
But
like
is it
Indian
more than
food.
that? Okay, let me give you an example. We have a very well-established black comedian in Britain called Lenny Henry.
Yes.
And he has said that he regrets doing that kind of joke where he said he would wipe his sweating brow and say, I'm leaking chocolate. He
Oh, but
wrote-
that's just.
Are you good? Are you good? So with you, man. Yeah, you telling a line out of an entire joke is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. It's
I know
crazy.
you took that out of context.
But that joke funny.
Yeah, I just hated that we live in a world that everything is out of context. The whole stand-up has a beginning till the end. The last jokes has to be funny in the way that you listen to the whole freaking stand-up. It's not just a part. Your life is not a Twitter moment. A joke is not a Twitter moment. Come on, people. You can't. Well, look, man, this is my life. You can't Twitter one phrase that I said, take it out of context, and put me in a very negative situation. I had that so many times. I'm talking to a guy about the serious stuff about women that we experience. A stupid lady joins the conversation. What did you say about women? You have to understand when they come in and you said this quote. I'm like, kiss my ass, you dumbo. Not because you're a woman, because you're dumb. Don't come in a conversation with a gangster opinion and derail the whole conversation. I'm talking about this. Now I'm defending myself because you're talking about as if I'm a misogynist. Everybody's like, why are so many people joining this part of the Discord? Oh my God, you're talking about that. I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to do this anymore. This is my life. If you don't like my opinion, go away. Simple. Go away. Simple. Because the more I treat you nice, the safer you feel. Even if you step on a Lego, you're going to be like, what? You racist. You're going to find something.
That's different.
Well, it's not. It's using chocolate,
But
isn't
that
it?
is, but that is different.
Well,
the Swiss love chocolates is not a term
But
that
you're
is
referring to your mother's
pejorative.
skin colour as chocolate. What he
Yes,
said.
because my mom is proud to
Let
be
me
dark,
fini-
beautiful chocolate.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying.
Well.
And this is, if you, in the book, I talk about this as well. I go, I saw people and race as chocolates.
I wouldn't use
Me
that.
too.
I wouldn't use that.
No,
You don't give a fuck what you would use. That's personally why we don't listen to your comedy. I would.
This nigga say he grew up thinking black people with chocolate men is crazy.
Bro, you don't think she's crazy what she be saying?
Yeah,
Bro,
what she said is also crazy.
you trying to tell a comedian how to
Look, man, my nephew's father is kind of white. He's not really white. He's a little darker than Jordan Peterson. But we all joked about it, that the only reason that he is black is because his father ate a lot of chocolate. And he didn't like it, and we all laughed about it. But guess what? This chocolate guy, compared to all the other white brothers he had too, he got the most women anyway. It's just a simple term, that's it. Everybody made fun of each other. It's normal. They call the other people pink once in a while. Yeah, if I slapped you, I'm not even sure. Maybe your father cheated or your mom cheated. I don't know.
formulate his own jokes and
It's
you're not a comedian. It's
crazy.
crazy. Shut
Because
up.
that by that logic, then every single last comedian cannot exist because there's always gonna be something
Yep.
like, you probably should have said this for me to feel more comfortable about it. Like, nigga, who gives a fuck, nigga?
So I think I got my point across. It's just stupidity. I mean, I just find it weird that you can just have an opinion on a platform and the platform is not supposed to advocate for this. I'm like, okay, people make stupid mistakes. They know he's not a researcher. The fact that they listen to him, they're not going to be like, he said it, so I believe it. He said it, and I will do my research. If somebody believes that this is the fact and that's it, you're stupid. I don't care. I don't care. If you take something and it kills you for whatever reason, I don't care. I can't be responsible for your stupidity. People need to educate. You can put the board. You need to take the sources and realize, hey, always take multiple sources to make a conclusion, right? But no, it's anecdotal. You're not supposed to make an opinion anecdotally because you need to research paper to make a decision. I'm like, dude, 95% of your life is anecdotal. If a woman gets raped, do you think I'm going to tell her that's anecdotal? I don't need to listen. Go, let's look at the statistic because a lot of ladies are falsifying the rapes that they keep saying to the police. So I don't think maybe the person just only touched you at the wrong moment trying to teach you karate because they're supposed to touch you anyway. And that's great because they looked at you in a funny way. A girl even told Jordan Peterson, you're looking at me. He's a psychologist. He's supposed to look at you. He's supposed to listen to you. And he was just spinning his ring. The girl felt sexually assaulted. I'm like, how? And then he was like, damn, this is so much stress. My school almost fired me. Now, well, I guess I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. And she felt offended. You make me almost lose my job because you thought I want to funky you. And now I don't want to be with you, even if it was true. You're surprised that he doesn't want to help you anymore? Why don't you go to another psychologist? Because you know he was right, but you took something out of context and made the decision. Look, man, life is beautiful. I have to joke. You know why? Because if I don't joke, my MS will kill me. It's a nervous thing. I can't stress. So I'm gonna make stupid jokes and survive. Sometimes, yes, I've hurt certain people's feeling, but hey, I apologize to them. I'm not gonna apologize to everybody. Because a lot of people don't apologize to me when they dressed up my son like a princess without my consent. You know, life is good, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about it and about the Neil Young. He did not remove the music. I think Spotify removed him. Hey, man, you do you, man. I don't even listen to your music anyway. Maybe I'll be like, I remember that music. I heard my father play it. But hey, man, I like bachata. But anyway, I would like the video, share and everything. Bada beam, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, turloqueta, verdeta, welcome. Dem vida mi a tu iniciativa, padrei ku indica, e também que sum sativa. Te ainda no que acepta ku eta medicina, pop di nang di eta causa rebeldia, cooking.